Yo, 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 what is up? What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another edition of our watch along video. Yes, back again in the Premier League. This time around, it's the much awaited game between Newcastle and Chelsea. Over the years, this has been a very, very interesting game, guys. Very, very interesting. In fact, you can't really say there have been clear favorites in the past because back in the day, Newcastle used to be Chelsea's boogie team, and then eventually Chelsea turned the tides. Now they became Newcastle's boogie team, and right now you can't really know who's the boogie team of the other. But we hope that this is going to be a very exciting game. Yes, as always, these two always very, very wild games that they normally serve for us because they love attacking football. So anyway, guys, do welcome to the channel. As always, this is your boy right here, Vinskey Valor. We are just about ready to start. Game will be kicking off in a few minutes time. And as always, guys, make sure you are smashing the like button and of course subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And as always, if it's your first time here on the channel, do make sure that you like the video. So I'm just gonna show you the lineups in a few, and as always, guys, make sure you drop your predictions in the chat. Do let us know who you think is gonna carry the day. Yes, you have a poll. Let me just create a poll. Let me just create a poll here so that you guys can see what we are talking about today. So Newcastle win. So make sure you guys vote in the poll. As you can see, the poll is right out there. Do let us know who you think is gonna carry the day. If you think Newcastle are gonna run away with it, if you think Chelsea have got what it takes to, I don't say pull up an upset, but it might actually be an upset because you know this is actually Chelsea's what? Yeah, like I said, it has been Newcastle have been Chelsea's boogie team in the past, but Newcastle, of course, doesn't really help them that they do not have a very awesome record coming to this game because they have been all over the place this season. In fact, if there's a team that has been topsy-turvy, it's been Newcastle because I don't know what has been happening to them. Unless they expected them to be right up there competing for the Champions League places, especially as you can see the way this league is very, very volatile. But let's hope that they'll be able at least to conjure up something today. And yes, Newcastle are fresh off a derby defeat last Sunday. They lost the Tyne-Wear derby to Sunderland. It's been the first time since 2017 that they have played in that derby, and it's unfortunate that it ended up in a loss for them. In fact, both those teams, in fact, they are now leveled on 54 games apiece in that derby. And that's what I was saying last week. It is I think, one of the closely contested derbies because both teams are neck to neck. But in this one round, let's see what's going to happen. As you can see, let me show you guys the lineups. For Newcastle, have Ramsdale in goal, Miley, Fabian Shaw rather, Theo, and of course Lewis Hall, the former Chelsea guy. So there is no Botman, there is no Dan Ban, and there is no Livramento. All those three are out. So Newcastle more or less playing with a makeshift defense because Miley is actually a midfielder. So, and then in the midfield you have got Guimaraes, Tonali, and Ramsey. Joe Linton also does not play today. He's also injured. And then of course up front we've got Jacob Murphy, Anthony Gordon, and new signing Voltemade. So still no starting place for in the league for Johan Wissa, but at least he's still nursing himself back to full fitness because he was out with a long-term injury. But let's hope that he's gonna be back. For Chelsea, Yeah, I can pretty much predict this team. I've got Sanchez in goal, Gusto, Chaloba, Fofana, and Cucurella in defense. In midfield, Caicedo is back after the 3-match suspension, following up a red card he picked up against Arsenal. And then, of course, Reece James is now playing in midfield. In fact, maybe he's going to make that position he's going forward. Then, of course, Enzo Fernandez, the guy who's going to play right in front of them. And then, of course, Cole Palmer, the number 10 position, Garnacho, and then, of course, João Pedro as the lone striker. So, sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I think I've confused you. Enzo Fernandez and also, let me just change a few things here. Acho. It's actually Neto, Palmer, and Garnacho. So, Neto, Palma. See, this should actually be Pedro Neto. Yeah, so Pedro Neto is actually Chelsea's top goal scorer in the league. Yeah, at least it's beyond doing the business because since Palma has not been around, so he said, you know what, I'm gonna do it myself, man. In fact, if I'm gonna carry the team by myself, it is okay. So both teams are already out onto the pitch. We are just about ready to start. And as always, guys, make sure you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you are not already subscribed. If it's your first time here on the channel, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you are a returning subscriber, do make sure you support the channel by liking the video so that at least we can get the content out there to more viewers. So we're just about ready to start. Newcastle was always playing their traditional kit of black and white striped shirts and of course black shorts, while I think Chelsea are playing in blue. Should be playing in blue because I've never seen Chelsea play in this ground with a different kit. Yes, Chelsea are always in their all blue stripped. That's why they are called Les Blues, Les Blues, Les Blues, Les Blues. Yes, they are called Les Blues. So we're just about ready to start. Cole Palmer is going to kick us off. Cole Palmer is going to kick us off for Chelsea. So, hope you guys are going to enjoy the game. Let's hope it's going to be an exciting game. I don't want any dull games today, man. Because it's a very, very interesting weekend. I've got 8 games lined up today. Are there 8 games or 9? I think there are 8 games. And then 1 tomorrow. Yeah, so this is going to be a very action-packed weekend in the Premier League. And of course, this is what you call the festive fixtures begin. Because as soon as we get to date 20th, the festive fixtures in the Premier League do begin. The festive fixtures are the fixtures that are normally played from the date 20 all the way to the second week of January after the FA Cup. So these are run of like all teams in the Premier League are going to play around 5 games in a span of 3 weeks. So that's a lot of games. That is a lot of games. So this is Anthony Gordon, Jacob Ramsey, tackled by Reece James, picked up by Bruno G. Bruno G back to his goalkeeper. Back to Ramsdale. Ramsdale, is he gonna go long or what is he gonna do? Man like Ramsdale, the guy who's on loan from Arsenal. Yes, the guy is on loan from Arsenal because Arsenal deemed him surplus to requirements because they already went with Kepa Arribaza. Okay, I forgot that. Just call him Kepa. Just call him Kepa. In fact, we hear that guy is actually playing for Chelsea. So, a lot of trade-offs, man. A lot of trade-offs. Kepa Arrizabalaga. Yes, Arrizabalaga. Palma with a shot into the roof of the net. So, hey, Palma, man. Yeah, he almost surprised Ramsdale with that shot. Into Garnacho on the far left-hand side. Garnacho taking on Miley into Palma. Palma, I think he was trying to dink it. Either to the far post or maybe trying to catch the keeper off his line. But not really. That doesn't really work. That does not really work. Anyway, guys, make sure you guys are voting in the poll. Make sure you are voting in the poll. If you fancy a Newcastle win, do make sure you vote in the poll. If you think Chelsea are going to carry the day, so be it, guys, so be it. But make sure you do cast your vote in the poll. So, like I said, this is going to be an action-packed weekend. Got other games lined up later on. Let me just take you through the other games that are going to be kicking off later on. We're going to have Bournemouth versus Burnley. It's going to be kicking off at 1800 hours East African time. Or if you prefer GMT, it's going to be 1500 GMT. Brighton, Sunderland, the same time. Man City, West Ham, Wolves, Brentford. And then, of course, we're going to have the big one of the weekend, Tottenham versus Liverpool from 20:30 East African time, or should that be 5:30 GMT, 5:30 GMT. And then, of course, we've got two 11 o'clock games, Everton versus Arsenal and Leeds versus Crystal Palace. Motomate, Gordon! Voltemate, goal! Oh, what an awful start from Chelsea, man. One of the easiest goals that Voltemade will score, man. I almost lost my voice. Sheesh! Voltemade! I don't know what's wrong with Gusto. What's up, man? What is up? What is up, Gusto? Are you fouled in the build-up? I don't think you are. Anyway, it's 1-0 to Newcastle. 1-0 to Newcastle. Goal has been scored by Voltemade. So Jacob Murphy brings in a cross into the box. And then I think Gusto fell over with Gordon. I don't know what he was doing. I think he just stretched. Oh, man. That might be a serious knee injury. Ouch. He fell over, but Gordon got attached to the ball. Then Sanchez saved it, and then Shaloba missed the clearance, and then Voltemade inside the 6-yard box. One of the easiest goals that he'll ever score in his career, because the defender was down. He just had to pass that ball into the net, man. Easiest goal that he'll ever score, man. So it's already 1-0 to Newcastle, man. Already 1-0 to Newcastle. Goal has been scored by Voltemade, the guy who replaced Alexander Isak. I sure hope this guy is okay. I honestly do hope that this guy is okay, because I don't know why seems to be. Oh, he's no longer writing in pain. Now he's okay. Oh wow! All of a sudden now Malo Gusto is okay. Wow! He thought he was gonna get that decision going his way. Nope. Those are not given, my bro. Those are not given. Anyway, 1-0 already to Newcastle, yeah? Newcastle are clearly taking the game to Chelsea today, eh? Clearly taking the game to them, eh? But actually, more or less, they're against the run of play, because neither team was really showing the cutting edge going forward. So it's more or less the first real chance of the game, eh? Pedro Neto to Gusto. Pedro Neto into the box. Pedro Neto. Garnacho. Shoot Garnacho over the bar, man. Garnacho. Come on, Garnacho. That should be milk and butter for you, man. Yeah, so guys, make sure you are dropping your predictions in the chat, eh? Make sure you guys utilize the poll, eh? Utilize the poll, man. Do let us know what you guys are gonna think. Whom you think is gonna carry the day. Yeah, Newcastle might be already leading, but does not mean that Chelsea are already out of it. Voltemade with the header, cleared by Cucurella, picked up by Tonali. This is Lewis Hall, the former Chelsea defender that was signed permanently last season. Ramsdale, is he gonna go long? Nice pass from Ramsdale into Voltemade. This is Bruno G. This is Jacob Murphy in behind. Jacob Murphy. What's he gonna do? Come on. Cucurella trying to save the corner. This has been able to do that. Palmer. Augusto is done and dusted, man. Why is he down again? Surely it's Gusto fella, man. This is Gordon now over the bar, man. Oh, the Chelsea players are livid, man. Yep. And Pedro Neto and Sanchez pick up the yellow card. Eh? Sanchez was so angry because Gusto was injured in the box, but the referee never blew the whistle. But of course, the referee is only gonna blow if it's a head injury. The only time that the game is allowed to be stopped is if it's a head injury, and it wasn't a head injury. So Gusto had lost his boot, so can't really expect the referee to make the call. Gordon should have capitalized on that, man. Honestly, Gordon should have buried it there. There was nothing wrong with that. But just a coming together. Like I said, these are gentleman's game, man. These are man's game. Come on. Can't get nudged off the ball like that and then you start insisting on referee giving you a foul. Come on. Come on. Those are never given. Those are never given no matter what you do. Anyway, it's a corner to Newcastle. Yeah, it was actually tipped over the bar by Sanchez. To be taken by Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall into the box. Unable to find Tiao. Actually, it's João Pedro who headed it clear. So it's out for another corner for Newcastle. Be taken by Tonali. Yeah, clearly, yeah, this game is going to be a very difficult game for Chelsea. It's going to be very, very difficult for them. Very, very difficult. And don't worry, guys, about my dressing. I don't know, I'm in a vest because it's so hot outside. So, anyway, today we are in relax mode. Relax mode as we enjoy the games. Anyway, it's a corner to Newcastle to be taken by Tonali. Let's see what they can conjure up from this. Tonali into the box. Oh, roof of the net. He's trying to catch the keeper off his line. Yep, it's quite hot. Yep, you are right. It is quite hot, man. It is very, very hot. So that is why we have to do this game in a vest, man. This is more or less our relaxing stage of the year, man. In fact, if you don't get time to relax during this period, I think you should find more time to relax during the year, man. Anyway, guys, make sure you are liking the video and, of course, subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. It's your first time on the Vinskey Valor YouTube channel. You know what to do. Do all that wonderful stuff of liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Of course, if you're not already subscribed. Yep. In fact, if there's ever a team that this season has been super inconsistent, it's been Newcastle. You don't really know what they are doing. Honestly, in fact, one of the difficult games to predict this season is Newcastle's because the way they play, sometimes they might look as if they are gonna lose. Then when they come up and a big six team, some of them manage to get points, like they did against Man City. In fact, everybody had predicted that they are gonna lose that game, but some of them managed to win that game. I thought Chelsea had a chance of winning the league this season. Nope, not even close, man. In fact, I keep looking for that title charge from Chelsea. Where is it? Where is that title charge? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? I don't see it. I don't see it, man. See, they had told us that immediately after the Arsenal draw that they're on a title charge, but somehow the psych and any kind of title charge talk was nullified by that defeat against Leeds. And of course, was it? They also drew a game as well. They drew with somebody else. Whom did they draw with? Let me just check. Whom did they draw with? Let me just check. I've forgotten the team that they drew with. Is Jacob Ramsey tackled by Caicedo. So let me just check. Where are those fixtures, man? Where are those fixtures? I almost said the fixtures. Almost said the fixtures. Let me just check. Chelsea. Yeah, Bournemouth. That's a game that I was forgetting. Yeah, so they lost to Leeds, and then they drew with Bournemouth. Then they beat Atalanta, and then last week they beat Everton 2-0. And then in the League Cup, they beat, Cardiff City 3-1. So they are through to the semi-final of the League Cup, which they are going to be playing against Arsenal. So Arsenal or Crystal Palace, because Arsenal have not yet played their game. So this Pedro Neto, João Pedro, Pedro Neto, Pedro Neto, Pedro Neto shot. Team effort, man. Come on. It was so predictable, man. It was quite obvious that he was gonna do that. Sometimes I wonder with such players, man, have some bit of predictability to your game. Don't just do the obvious. Don't just do the obvious, man. You clearly know that as soon as you get here, you're gonna want to cut back into your left foot, but clearly don't just make it so obvious. Yeah, so in fact, in this fixture, I think one of the last time that Chelsea won this fixture at St. James Park. It's been quite a while, guys. It's been quite a while. Because they lost last season 2-0. In fact, the last time that Chelsea won at St. James Park, when was it? Was it October, 30th of October 2021? That was the last time they won this fixture at St. James Park. It's quite a long time ago, man. After that, they have just been getting either defeats, one defeat after another. One defeat after another, man. So clearly, St. James Park has not been a happy hunting ground for Chelsea in recent seasons. Luis Hall, hey Pedro Neto, man, don't even want to track back. Come on, go for your man. Seriously. Meaning the player that you are currently marking, not his partner. I know you guys know what I mean. I know you guys know what I mean. Yeah, so it's another corner to Newcastle. Let's see what Tonali is gonna do. Because from the other delivery, he put it right down next to Sanchez. This one round, Sanchez up. Delivered it close to Sanchez again. Ah! Come on. That was a dubious decision. He was not fouled by anyone, man. I don't know why they claim that he was fouled. Louis Hall. Come on. Are they gonna? I don't know whether Shea was fouling Sanchez. Yeah, clearly he was fouling Sanchez because he was holding him back. Okay, that was fair. That was fair. But sometimes, like I've always kept on saying, goalkeepers are so protected in this sport. I don't know why. It's like as soon as they're in the box, the goalkeeper is don't touch. But funny enough, when goalkeepers come out and foul forwards or maybe bump into them, it's never deemed as if it's dangerous. To me, I think maybe they should look for ways of rewriting those rules, because some of these keepers, man, their rushing out ability is so poor. Nice play from Miley, Bruno Guimaraes, Voltemade, Bruno G. This is Miley into Jacob Murphy. Murphy, there's nobody in the box. Come on, where is Voltemade? He should be sprinting to get into the box. This is Bruno G. This is Tonali. Nice play, Tonali. Yep. It's going to be a goal kick. Yep. He thought he'd play that ball off Cucurella, but the last touch was off him. There's no offside there, man. Where was the offside decision? There's no offside there. There was no offside building from that, man. Anyway, guys, make sure you are doing that wonderful stuff, all that good stuff, of liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Yes, make sure you do all that wonderful stuff of liking the video and, of course, subscribing to the channel if you are not already subscribed. Cucurella, back to Palma. Palma into Garnacho, into Palma. Nice pass, but Garnacho is not going to get to it. Back with Ramsdale. Poofed it clear, man. Get out of here, man. Picked up by Voltemade, but he handled the ball. It's clear handball, man. Come on. Stop pretending as if you did not handle that ball. You clearly handled that ball. Anyway, guys, make sure you are liking the video and, of course, subscribing to the channel if you are not already subscribed. It's your first time on the channel. Do make sure that you smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Do all that wonderful stuff. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. For those that have already liked and subscribed, thank you for the support. Much appreciated. Chaloba being forced back has to go long. It's back with Tiao. Picked up by Cucurella. It's now with Caicedo. Yeah, this game is a referee. Better make sure this game does not in any way get away from you. Because those challenges might start to come in. Oh, man. Yep. It's very feisty from Newcastle at the moment. I don't know why they're treating this game like a derby, man. It's not really a derby. Their derby was last week, which they actually bottled. But somehow it's like they seem to be able to turn up against Chelsea. But they never turned up last week against Sunderland. Because honestly, I expected a very, very high quality game. But unfortunately, we were unable to get that because I don't know what happened. I don't know whether Newcastle was scared because the onus was clearly on Newcastle because Sunderland were not like favorites for that fixture. It has always been Newcastle's fixture to win, to lose rather. And of course, if you look at this season, Newcastle have been. If you just look at the table, then you can say that Sunderland have been better. But of course, player-wise, individual-wise, Newcastle have got a way better team than Sunderland. So that's why sometimes I wonder some of these teams, man, when they have the chance of actually winning their games, winning the ones that that really, really matter, they bottle it. And then now when they meet a top 6 team, they want to take out their chest and stand to be counted. That's why for me, Newcastle, honestly, it's not that I don't rate them, but for me, they are a team that is very inconsistent this season because you don't really know what to expect of them. He's Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon is the box. Voltemade! Goal! A second goal for Newcastle, man. Nick Voltemade. 2-0, man. Just like that. The game has already gotten away from Chelsea. I don't think they are coming back from this. Are they appealing for offside? There's no offside there. Where was the offside goal? Or where was the offside? Can't clearly see it because Luis Hall played to Gordon. Gordon cut inside. Gets away from Pedro Neto easily. He might be onside, eh? Yeah. This might come down to millimeters, man. Millimeters because Chelsea players were beginning to run out. Then Voltemade was making the run because he saw the in-swinging cross from Gordon. Then he just stuck a foot, toe poke into the bottom left-hand corner of Sanchez's goal. He's gonna stand. His goal is gonna stand. He clearly looks onside. Because it seems like James was the one who was rushing out. Was that James or Fofana? Either one of them was rushing out, but they were unable to get out in time. Because Voltemade clearly seems to be onside, eh? Are they going to draw the lines or what? So I thought they have the semi-automated VAR where they actually use those images. Not really images, but what are they called? Nowadays, they don't do the lines. They do the semi-automated VAR where you have the images that are generated on the pitch to mimic the position of the players. This goal is going to stand. Clearly, Voltemade is onside because you can clearly see. Was that Caicedo? Yeah, Caicedo's left foot is keeping Voltemade onside. It seems like he's healing. Yeah, clearly that's onside. It's clear onside, man. There's no, but he might also be something that you need to look at closely because also the shoulder of Voltemade might be ahead of Caicedo's heel. But I don't know whether that's the case because we're clearly seeing it at an angle. Anyway, referees, make your decision, man. Make the decision. Matisse cooked blood. Yep, he's already cooked. I'm sure I'm gonna look at his later on because I'm sure he's so livid, man. He's so livid, man. Nobody expected this. Honestly, I never expected Newcastle to race into a two-goal lead early on. Come on, referee, make the decision rather. Make a decision. Come on, make a decision. That VR decision should be so easy to make, Cause yeah, it's clearly on side, man. It's clearly on side. Yeah, Voltemade is on side, so that's a brace for Voltemade. Brace vo. Goal is given. Goal stands. Goal stands. Hey, Newcastle, man. Now they can officially celebrate because they were unable to do so because of that VAR check. I don't know what James is appealing for. This Maresca fella, honestly. And just this week, I had rumors that Maresca might be on his way to Chelsea. Sorry, to Man City. To do what? If Man City are concussed, then they should take this Maresca fella. Because this Maresca fella clearly, nope. I don't honestly rate him as a coach. Honestly, I do not rate him as a coach. Spalma, back to Cucurella. Hey, Chelsea are out of sorts today. Huh? You see, I know you guys know Swahili for those that do know Swahili. So I'm just going to say it in Swahili. There's a famous saying that says in Swahili, siku mbaya huonekana asubuhi. Translated to English means that you can clearly see how the day is going to pan out early in the morning because the morning might determine whether the day is going to turn out well or not. And based on how Chelsea are playing today, it seems like they're already done. They are already done. Many of their fans online had said as soon as Caicedo comes back, it's going to be easy pickings for them in this game. Shock on them, man. Shock on them. Yeah, because clearly nobody expected this Chelsea to race into a 2-goal lead early on. Anyway, guys, make sure you please do me a favor, guys. Do me a huge favor, guys. Please do me a huge favor. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. It's your first time on the Vinskey Valor YouTube channel community. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. This is Jacob Murphy or Ramsey. 3-on-3. Jacob Ramsey. Well defended from by Caicedo. Hey, man. Why Chelsea being opened up at will? I thought they said that this James can play at a central defensive midfield. But it seems like today is getting cooked. Tonali. Gusto goes to ground and Gusto foul the guy, man. It's a foul on Gordon, clearly. It's a foul on Gordon. I thought they said that Rhys James can play at central defensive midfield like he did against Arsenal. But it seems like the midfield trio of Guimaraes, Tonali, and Ramsey completely has them overrun. Completely has Chelsea's midfield overrun. So, anyway, I don't know what's going to happen to them. I honestly do not know what's going to happen, but clearly they need a bit of change of tactic. Maybe take off Garnacho because clearly Garnacho has just been a passenger in this game. Take off Garnacho, switch Pedro Neto over to the left, let Palmer play on the right, and then maybe bring on Enzo Fernandez so that you can have more bodies in midfield. Because this 4-3-3 is clearly messing Chelsea up today. Huh? They've been unable to handle Newcastle. Come on, Tonali, surely. Yeah. Nice anticipation from Palmer because he clearly saw that pass. Anthony Gordon, come on. Is that a foul? Gonna be a yellow card for João Pedro. Sorry, Garnacho. Yep. It's expected because as you can clearly see, he's being. Yeah. His foot is a little bit high. He's a lucky boy. because he just touched him a little bit. Otherwise, if there was more contact to that, this guy would be off. Garnacho would be off. And I see you guys in the poll have actually voted for a victory for Chelsea. Really? Really, guys? You guys are voting for Chelsea to win this game, and they're already 2 goals down. Anyway, Luis Hall into the box. Fabian Schär! What a shot. What a shot, man. Anyway, guys, do make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Guys, please do me that wonderful favor, guys. Do me that wonderful favor of liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. It's your first time here on the channel, make sure you hit a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And of course, do all that wonderful stuff. Do all that wonderful stuff. And of course, if it's your first time here on the channel, it's your first time here on the Vinskey Valor YouTube channel, make sure you smash a like on the video and of course, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Do me a wonderful favor of subscribing to the channel if you are not already subscribed. Sistiao, Rhys James, yep. Hey, Chelsea today out of sorts. Chelsea are completely out of sorts today. Honestly, I don't know what's going on with them. I don't know what is happening to them because it's not even been a stinker of a performance. If there's a word that is worse than stinker, that is what you'd call it today, man. Because shambolic performance from Chelsea. Very, very shambolic, man. Ramsdale, Carella, back to Sanchez. Sanchez goes long, looking for Garnacho. By Tiao, João Pedro, Fabian Schär, Tonali, back to Ramsdale. And Chelsea clearly being played off the park. Ever since that first half chance from Palmer, the first 3 minutes, Chelsea have been unable to create anything else. In 30 minutes of Newcastle dominance and battling. In fact, when you see Cucurella misplacing his passes like that, you clearly know that it's peak for Chelsea. It is very, very peak for them, man. Super, super peak. Yeah, Newcastle clearly have the energy and the work rate in this game. They clearly have the work rate in this game. This is Miley. And they expected Chelsea to capitalize on the makeshift defense of Newcastle. Because you have because Newcastle actually missing 2 starters. They are missing Livramento and Dunban out there. So you'd expect Chelsea to be capitalizing from that, but unfortunately they've been unable to. This is Gusto. Palmer, shot. Palmer. Nice defending from Luis Hall. Bruno Guimaraes. Tonali, come on. Combine, Bana. Combine. It's Garnacho. What's he gonna do? Garnacho. Decision making has been questionable. Palmer into the box. Picked up by Ramsdale very easily. Very, very easily, man. Yeah, Anthony Gordon just lets the ball run out of play. So, anyway, it's been frustrating for Chelsea. Very, very frustrating. I honestly feel sorry for them. I honestly do feel sorry for them. I don't know what they're gonna do to change their fortunes in this game. Because the way they are playing right now, it's like they don't even have the urgency. They are playing like a team that has already been beat. And Newcastle are happy. Newcastle are just happy to sit back. Not even sit back, but just keep the ball. But as soon as Newcastle pick up the ball in their defensive half, Chelsea are just looking to... Or they are just looking at them as Newcastle pass the ball from side to side. No intensity, man. Chow goes long, looking for Jacob Murphy. Carella almost makes a take back there, but Mbemo could give the ball to Jacob Murphy. Jacob Murphy concedes a throw in, so it's gonna be a throw into Newcastle. Throw into Newcastle, man. Anyway, guys, make sure you are liking the video and, of course, subscribing to the channel if you are not already subscribed. This is Bruno G. This is Miley. Tonali crosses into the box, looking for Chiao. Picked up by Cher, cleared by João Pedro. It's now picked up by Gordon. Gordon, Lewis Hall. This is Fabian Cher. Fabian Cher into Anthony Gordon. Intercepted by James. Voltemade, hey, almost took the ball off João Pedro. Man. Newcastle just keep winning these balls back. Chelsea unable to cross the halfway line. Voltemade. Voltemade. Wonderful idea. What is James doing, surely? Letting the ball run across your body like that. João Pedro, don't run yourself into a blind alley. Caicedo. Nice turn from Caicedo. Yeah, I was able to keep the ball away from Bruno G. Come on, Caicedo, get up, man. No, okay, it's a foul, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Yeah. Yeah, they're appealing for handball on for Fana, but it was clearly okay. Not that the hands were tucked into his close to his body, but the ball came at him quite fast, so you can't really say that was handball, because he did not move his arm towards the ball. Sanchez goes long. It's picked up by Voltemade away from Caicedo. Voltemade, Anthony Gordon. Back to Cher, Anthony Gordon. This is Jacob Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey into Lewis Hall. You see, Newcastle fullbacks are picking wonderful positions in Chelsea's half, but Chelsea have been unable to do that. In fact, Corella has not even gone on the overlap, neither has Gusto. They have just been pegged back by Newcastle. Picked up by Garnacho, back to his goalkeeper. Sanchez restarts it with Chaloba. Come on, Chelsea. Should be doing a whole lot better. Come on, Chelsea. This is a game that need to get into this game ASAP. So I thought that 3 weeks ago you said that you are doing a title charge. What happened? That title charge talk dissipated in an instant. Caicedo. Come on. That looked like a 50-50 challenge. Referee, come on, referee. Yes, Tonali, it's now with Bruno G. Bruno G looking for Murphy out wide. Murphy into the box. Cleared by Chaloba. Hey. Newcastle clearly all over Chelsea. Chelsea just unable to get out at the moment. In fact, I can't remember any instance in play or any instant of this game where Chelsea actually spring up like even 5 or 6 passes together. Paul Palmer, yep, he was dispossessed. He was actually fouled by Miley. Palmer is wondering, why did that guy get a yellow card? Well, I don't think it was a yellow bookable offense. I don't think it was. Anyway, guys, make sure you are liking the video and, of course, subscribing to the channel. Do all that wonderful stuff of liking the video and, of course, subscribing to the channel if you are not already subscribed. It's a free kick to Newcastle to be taken by Chelsea to be taken by, is it Palmer? It's Palmer, the one over the free kick. Pedro Neto into the box. Fofana, come on, should be heading that ball properly, eh? Yeah, ball is out for Newcastle throwing, eh? Chelsea thought that the ball was theirs. Chelsea. Hey, Chelsea, man. What a stinker of a performance from them, man. What the heck, man? Seriously? What the heck? Maresca, Miley, almost looked like a foul throw. Cucurella, yep, was fouled by Bruno G. So it's gonna be a free kick to Newcastle, to Chelsea. Yeah, clearly he's not going for the ball. He just went for Cucurella. Yep, it's gonna be a free kick to Chelsea. Either Pedro Neto or James over the free kick. Let's see what they can do from it. You have to score here to be against the run of play, because clearly, like this set piece routine, I don't know what they are trying to conjure up here. It's Pedro Neto to the box. Garnacho blocked. Yeah. Was that a handball? Yeah. Was that a handball? Okay, referee. Is he gonna be told to hold off first? Yep. Been told to hold off. Yeah, Gordon may have handled that ball, eh? Let's have a look at it. He's outside the box, eh? And he handled the ball, but I don't know whether he's gonna be penalized for that, eh? That's okay. There's no problem. Garnacho, this is Fofana into Gusto. Chelsea clearly need to spread the play completely, because there's no other way that they're going to break down this Newcastle team. Because if they try and pass it through the channels, it's not going to be possible. They just have to spread the play as much as possible. Allow Garnacho and Pedro Neto, rather than them cutting inside, they should actually hold the width. Maybe allow Cucurella to go on the overlap. But of course, Maresca will never do that, because Maresca likes his fullbacks to be inverted. So clearly see Gusto is already inverted. Anyways, Fofana, Pedro Neto. This issue of inverting fullbacks, honestly, I've never fancied it. I don't like it. I don't like this tactic at all. Because you clearly, you might have more bodies in midfield, but you clearly lose a man out wide. And especially now when the ball is turned over, it now becomes more of a case of you might actually get counter-attacked so easily, because if the team is actually playing with 3 forwards like Newcastle are doing today, at some point they're gonna isolate the defensive line of Chelsea, and they're gonna come at them very fast. Anyway, this is Fofana. Fofana back to Sanchez. Sanchez decides to go long. João Pedro takes it down well into Garnacho. Garnacho, look at Palma. Gusto, James, Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto, come on, cross it. Gusto into Fofana, back with James. They're being forced back, man. Ismailo Gusto. Gusto. Nice touch into Pedro Neto. James, come on, man. Urgency, guys. You need to move it a little quicker. Anyway, Palma. Come on, Cucurella, go on the overlap. Eh? Don't just rely on Garnacho to beat his man. Pedro Neto! Goal! Ah, referee has blown, man. Was it a foul? Was it a foul on Pedro Neto? Sorry, foul on, was it Gordon or Hall? I think it was Gordon, eh? Oh, yeah, it's because the last touch was off Pedro Neto's hand. Eh? So clearly the goal is not going to stand. Yeah, even though the ball might find its way onto the net, the goal is not going to stand because clearly the last touch that took the ball over the line was off his hand. And it's going to be a free kick to Newcastle. Ramsdale goes long. Voltemade. What's Gusto doing, man? You're going to lose it out there, man. Nice play from Gusto. Nice play. Touch from James. Caicedo into James. Nice. James into Garnacho. Nice play. But Newcastle players are all almost gotten back. Huh? Garnacho. Tonali. Come on, Garnacho. Should be. In fact, Garnacho's final end product is always so poor, man. Yeah, clearly Garnacho. There's one thing that Garnacho needs to develop as far as his game is concerned is his end product. Final decision in the final third, and of course knowing when to pass or where to shoot, which is actually more or less decision making. Because Garnacho's decision making is so poor, man. In instances where you expect him to shoot, he passes. When you expect him to pass, he shoots. In fact, I've never actually seen him actually pull off a wonderful pass into the box. We used to call them 45s. Or you get to the ball and just cross it into the box. Oh my God, Garnacho! Oh man, Gordon coming forward. Voltemade! Oh! Voltemade, man! Ay. It's a yellow card for Gusto. I don't know why Chelsea players are appealing for fouls and the referee is not calling them. But if he's not calling them, then play to the whistle, man. You can't stop and hope that the referee is just gonna show you the leniency. Voltemade had the opportunity of completing a first half hat-trick. Was Palmer actually clipped? And Palmer is not the type to go down and stay down because Palmer is not the player who likes play acting. So, maybe if he was clipped, then it was genuine. If he was clipped, then it was genuine. So, anyway, we're into stoppage time. How many minutes of added time are we expecting? Maybe 2 or 3. I don't expect much. Because, 4. Wow. 4 from where? Oh, yeah, because of the injury to Gusto and also the goals. Yeah, okay. 4 is fair enough. 4 is fair. Eddie Howe, man. Fofana being chased back by Voltemade. Hey, Voltemade today, man. It's clearly come with an agenda. Cole Palmer loses out to Bruno G. Voltemade. Nice defending from Caicedo. Caicedo is frustrated, man. Yeah, actually, but you know what? I honestly don't blame him. Yeah, clearly, many Chelsea players are frustrated today, because Caicedo is being forced to do a lot, because Chelsea's defense was all over the place. And see, like I said, that's why I've said that whole issue of Gusto inverting, going into midfield doesn't really help them because now when Chelsea turn over the ball, more or less in their defensive third, they look so exposed. Anyway, it's a free kick to, not really free kick, it's a corner to Newcastle. What am I thinking? Jacob Murphy into the box. Miley. Voltemade should have given him, you should have actually given him a shout, because Voltemade would have had the easiest goal to score. Free header. I think maybe Louis Smile did not hear him, or maybe did not shout at him, telling him, "Oh, Maze, move away, move away." Garnacho, not gonna get to that. It's quite been a poor performance from Chelsea so far. Very, very poor performance, man. Very, very poor, man. I don't know what Enzo Maresca is gonna do because clearly his tactics are not working. In fact, has he had any deployed any tactic in this half? Any tactic that seems to be working? None, nada. Any- Oh, it's been quite poor from Newcastle, rather from Chelsea. Yeah, clearly they need Enzo Fernandez. They need to take off somebody. They need to take off Garnacho. That's what they should do. Take off Garnacho, bring on Enzo Fernandez, so at least you can have more bodies in midfield. So at least the beauty with Enzo is that he more or less plays like an eight. So he likes to run into the box, get on the end of crosses and final balls. So they clearly need him to come on. Yeah, Palmer he does switch over to the right hand side. Because for me, I've always said I think Chelsea's best tactic is if Palmer is playing off the left or rather off the right as an advanced player maker, cutting inside. And then of course he has runners like Gusto on the overlap, which is now see now what is messing up Chelsea. That is why Maresca cannot utilize that tactic because he's telling Gusto to invert. So if you tell Gusto to invert, it means that the only person who can hold the width is Pedro Neto on this right hand side. And see if you do that, that means that even if you are to take Palmer to that side, Palmer cannot clearly hold the width because it is not his strongest game. Palmer is not the kind of player that holds the width. He's more of an inside forward, not really an inside forward, but of an advanced player maker. So that's why I'm like, they clearly need to change this tactic because they need to tell Gusto to hold the width. Because as soon as Palmer goes, cuts inside, because Palmer will always try and cut inside and try and float crosses into the box. Then there should be somebody who's running in behind him to go on the overlap. Be Smiley. Yeah. As soon as the ball is kicked into play, I think it's just gonna be blown for halftime whistle. For halftime rather. Yep. And that is halftime. Yes, that is halftime. Very, very poor performance from Chelsea. Very, very shambolic performance from them. In fact, somebody might think like they forgot how to play football, man. Chelsea are playing like they had like they had an international break because they have got no they haven't had any kind of cohesion going forward. They have not had any kind of cutting edge in this game, other than the first half, other the first minute chance for Palmer. Then when he tried to dink it, tried to lob the keeper. They have not done anything else, which to me is very, very poor because honestly, coming to this game, you'd have expected them to do something. But unfortunately, in this game, you can't really say that Chelsea, this fixture has been favorable for them because as far as the stats are concerned, yes, possession is 50-50, but that does not tell you the story of this game at all because that possession stats, in fact, they should look for ways of changing things because clearly that that possession stat does not tell the story of this game. Yeah, because Newcastle have been fast to every ball, every loose ball. In fact, they have clearly shown the urgency coming forward, going on the attack. But looking at that Voltemade first goal, clearly I'd have to blame Chaloba. I don't know what he was doing, throwing himself into that, uh, throwing himself to the ball like that. If like he wanted to strike it, but he completely missed it. It's poor defending from Chaloba. In fact, if you look at it again, clearly it's poor defending from Chaloba. Poor defending from Chaloba. I don't know why he was completely wrong footed, clearly. It's not like he was backpedaling. So anyway, let me show you guys the stats of that first half, because I'm sure you guys would have to see the stats. Well, the stats tell you a totally different story. Somebody might think like, it's what? It's a different ball game, but it's not. It's actually the same game. And as you can see, look at the stats right here. Yes, let me just go back to the stats tab. As you can clearly see, expected goals, man. 1.97 from Newcastle. Sheesh. Yeah, because of course, that was aided by the Voltemade chance and all the two Voltemade goals, because they've actually been big chances, because those are chances that you'd expect Voltemade to score. And in fact, the first goal, I think maybe the XG of that chance was maybe around 0.8, because he was clearly just just had to tuck the ball into the net from even 2 meters out. Yeah, so as you can clearly see, XG for Newcastle way up there, 1.97. Chelsea 0.24. Can clearly see total shots 7 for Newcastle, 5 on target. While for Chelsea, 4 shots, none on target. Big chances for Newcastle, you can clearly see. See what I mean, guys? The big chances. The two Voltemade chances have been big chances. The Gordon has also been a big chance. What a big chance was there? Was the Miley head over the ball, over the bar, also a big chance? Let me see. Let me see whether they can actually tell us about big chances. Oh yeah, the Voltemade chance, because Voltemade would have had a hat trick in this game. Yeah, Shah was not actually a big chance as well. So anyway, as you can clearly see, Newcastle have missed 4 big chances. So that clearly tells you how the game has been going. So that's what I'm telling you. I tell you guys, don't just look at the stats, because if you look at the stats might more or less be biased towards one side, but you need to look at the game in its entirety, because as you can clearly see, big chances, Chelsea have not had any, while Newcastle have had 4. Expected goals, yeah, I've already talked about that. Yeah, so for defense, clearances, not much there, not much happening there. So it's been a very poor performance from Chelsea, very, very poor. And if the result does indeed hold, Chelsea are going to remain on 28 points. So that means that the top 3, if they were to win their games, if Arsenal to win their game against Everton, Man City win their game against West Ham, and Aston Villa win their game against United, then this gap is going to continue to grow. And that's why I said earlier, I don't think, at least the gap is beginning now to open up, because I do expect that eventually the league is going to be decided between these two, Manchester City and Arsenal. But I do expect Arsenal maybe to see it through, because I do think Man City at some point are going to fall off, because they have not been very good defensively. But Arsenal also need to pull up their socks, because their performances have been quite poor. For Aston Villa, I don't expect them to keep this up, because as I was saying last week, Aston Villa this season, they have actually overperformed their expected points. According to the expected points, they should have 18, I think 17, 18 points, but they're on 33. So that clearly shows you that they're overperforming their expected points. So that means, and in fact, many of their goals this season have actually been scored from outside the box. So, and see, that's not a statistic that you can sustain throughout the season. So that's why I said I do expect at some point Aston Villa to drop off, and I don't see them going on to challenge either Arsenal or Man City to the title. 4-0 when the game ends. Wow, 4-0. But you know what? You know what, Antoine? I'm not gonna begrudge you on that, because it might actually be true. Because the way Chelsea are playing, my friend, the way Chelsea are playing, I will not be surprised if they get thrashed in this game. This more or less looks like the kind of game where a team like Newcastle needs to put Chelsea to the sword, and thrash them for even more than 3 or 4. Talita, you know him. Matisse cooked black. Yeah, she knows him. Yeah, she knows him. In fact, he's a very avid Chelsea fan that we follow. In fact, we normally like the way he's always crying when his team is losing, and then he calls out his his club whenever they are performing poorly. So, but yeah, it's good also to have fun and especially now interact with some of these streamers. Yeah, but like I said, Antoine, yes, your prediction. You know what? I'm not gonna say that is a far-fetched scoreline because based on the big chances that they have missed, Newcastle should be out of sight by now. They should have been out of sight by now. Because what is helping Chelsea is just that Newcastle have not been clinical. Voltemade should have had his hat-trick. In fact, Voltemade should have had like 4 goals. Because you see, the earlier chance that Luis Mile had, the header that he put over the bar, Voltemade was actually behind him. And Voltemade just needed to give him a shot and tell him, leave it! Then Voltemade would have had the simplest headers back, or the simplest headers into the goal. So that's why I said that honestly don't think that I don't think that scoreline is flattering to anyone. In fact, if it was to end that way, that would actually be the story of the game. That is fully deserved, man. Fully deserved. That's why I've always said I don't know what to expect of this Newcastle team, because this Newcastle team, yes, has the ability to produce such performances. And then in the next game, you see them just playing a very shambolic and pathetic style of game. So that's why I said this Newcastle team don't really know whether it's coming or going, coming or going. They honestly did not know what to expect of them. So, but anyway, your prediction is spot on. Your prediction is spot on, man. It is very, very spot on. I would not be surprised. In fact, I don't know whether the guys are gonna change. I think guys are already changing because according to the poll, Chelsea had a 67% chance of winning. All of a sudden, it has shifted in in Newcastle's favor. Anyway, we're just gonna keep it there. Just gonna keep it there. Anyway, I don't know what Chelsea are gonna do in the second half. Honestly, I do hope that they're gonna make those changes. For me, you know what? Take off Garnacho. Yeah, take off Garnacho. Take off Garnacho. Bring on Enzo Fernandez, and then push Palmer to the right, and then tell Gusto to actually not to invert, to actually go on the outside. Or don't be tell like a James, as soon as Palmer gets the ball, maybe he should invert in fact, he should go on the overlap. And then maybe now tell João Pedro to push further up, because unfortunately, Chelsea are in that predicament where no matter what they do in this game, this João Pedro will have to finish this game because they don't have anybody else they can bring off the bench because Liam Delap is injured. In fact, if I'm to look at both Chelsea's bench, they have Jorgensen on the bench, Benoit Badiashile, Hato, Achampong, Tosin, Santos, Enzo Fernandez, Buanote, and Mark Gui. So those are the only players that they have. In fact, the only attackers that they have there are Bonanote and Mark Gui. Because Enzo is more or less an 8, but he's not really an attacker, but he's a midfielder. And then Andrea Santos, Tosin, Achiampong, Hato, and Badiashile are all defenders. So you can clearly see Chelsea have come into this game with 5 defenders, man. Because Esteva is out, Sego is out, Romeo Lavia is also out, and also Liam Delap. So it seems like Chelsea have a very thin squad. For all the players that they had bought like 2 seasons ago, they seem to have a very, very thin squad. Very, very thin squad. Very, very thin. As for Newcastle, what do they need to do in the second half? No, they don't need to change anything. They just need to keep up what they have been doing so far. And I'm sure more goals are going to come. More goals are coming because Lewis Hall and Miley, the 2 fullbacks, have got a rating of 7.1 and 7.5. Clearly, they're the ones doing the business for Newcastle because the other players who have a higher rating are Gordon on 7.8 and Voltemade on 8.5. So, can clearly see that, Eddie Howe has told his fullbacks, keep banging forward no matter what happens. Just keep pushing the tempo. Make sure you're in around the box whenever that balls, whenever you're on the attack, especially for the fullbacks, which is actually an effective tactic because now it pushes the Chelsea defenders and midfielders further and further back. So I don't know whom Newcastle can they bring on from the bench. Got Alex Murphy, Leon Shaha, Joelinton, Willock, Elanga, Harvey Barnes, Neve, and Johan Wissa. I think what they're gonna do maybe is maybe at some point they're gonna take off Murphy for Anthony Elanga, and then of course Gordon for Harvey Barnes. I expect them to do that. Maybe they can take off even in a second half. Maybe even take off Jacob Murphy and bring on Elanga, which I think they're gonna do. If the result does indeed remain the same after the 65th minute, I think Newcastle are just gonna close it out. I don't expect Chelsea to do anything to get back into this game. Anyway, Chelsea do have a long way to go in this game. Honestly, I don't know how they get back into this game. I don't know whether they go gung ho. I don't know whether they make changes. Honestly, they need to make those changes. But anyway, I don't know what Maresca is thinking. In fact, I'm not the one who's paid millions of pounds to make these decisions for Chelsea. But he had better fix things up quickly because clearly whatever he's doing is not working. In fact, it has not even been working in the first place. So he clearly needs to change things up ASAP, 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 ASAP. Because you see, I've always said this, and this is a rule of thumb I've always carried throughout, even back in the day when I used to play in high school and such. I used to say, whenever you want to get back into a game and you're actually losing by 2 clear goals at halftime, you need to score a goal. As the team that is chasing the game, you need to pull a goal back within the first 10 minutes. If you actually pull a goal back within the first 10 minutes, then you clearly have a chance of getting back into this game, into any game. Because you see, the momentum is always with you. Because you see, one of the I've always, and there's another thing that I always say. For me, I've always said, yes, 2 goal leads might be safe, but for me, they're way more fragile than 1 goal leads. Because see, the 1 goal lead, it makes the team have more urgency because you know if the other team does indeed score, then the points are over, the points are gone. The win might be disappearing. But you see, with a 2 goal lead, you might be leading 2-0, and then you might actually become even more complacent, where you think that, you know what, so you're leading 2-0, so even if the other team scores 1 goal, we still have another goal. But sometimes the other team scores 1 goal, then they immediately score another, and just like that, you're on the back foot. And as I've always seen, whenever a team is losing by 2 goals and then they pull a goal back, momentum automatically is always with them. Even if it's a dubious goal, or a goal against a run of play. It is always, 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 always. Momentum is always with them. Anyway, second half has restarted. Yep, Maresca has not made any changes. Well, like I said, in fact, not. I'm just going to be bold and say I'm gonna call this game from here. I don't think Chelsea are gonna come back. I don't think they are going to. If they are gonna do it, then has to be some serious bottle job from Newcastle. But I honestly expected Maresca to change things at halftime, but he has not done so at all. He has not done so at all. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know how long he wants to keep this going before he makes the changes. This Caicedo. It's funny that both these teams played in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday and Wednesday, but somehow Chelsea look like the team that is way more leggy than Chelsea. Sorry, Chelsea look like the team that is way more out of sorts than Newcastle. Or maybe it's been hard for them because they went all to play all the way in Cardiff. Then they traveled back to London. And then they traveled up to the northeast. Maybe that's why they are also tired in this game. But at the end of the day, man, this is what you got paid to do. Huh? This is what you do for a living. Eh? You wake up each and every morning to do this. So by now you should be used to such schedules. Eh? They should not like be putting you off. Anyway, this is Sanchez. Sanchez, you're a lucky boy, man. Finds Garnacho. Take this guy off, man. Take this guy off. Take him off. Take him off, man. And why is Gittens? Why isn't Gittens unavailable in this game? He's not even on the bench. I don't know where the Gittens is, huh? Because I was wondering why Chelsea look light in attack. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what happened to Gittens, eh? Anyway, this is Palma. Palma was fouled by Tonali. So he was actually fouled by Ramsey. So it's gonna be a free kick for Chelsea in Cole Palmer territory. Cole Palmer territory. Yeah, Ramsey was caught goal side by Palmer. He was unable to get back. So he had no other choice but to bring the player down. Anyway, Cole Palmer, yes, over the free kick. It seemed like Palmer has allowed his hair to grow. I've never been used to seeing Palmer with a lot of hair. But it seems like he has allowed his hair to grow. Because he normally fancies a short hair. Anyway, let's see what Palmer can do from this. So they're going to be Rhys James or Palmer. No, give it to Palmer. Give it to Palmer. But this is exactly what Chelsea need to get back into this game. They just need like a goal against a run of play. And all of a sudden, they're right back into this. Let's see what they can do from this free kick. Honestly, this is actually good territory from Palmer. If you actually blast this properly, I'll actually nistle into the net. Yep, Ezra's about to come on. Yeah, thank you, Maresca. Come on, don't give it to James. Give it to Palmer. Yep. Palmer is the one going to strike the ball. Let's see. It's James! Goal! I just said it, man. This is what Chelsea need to get back into this game. What a shot from Rhys James. I actually thought Palmer was a better place to strike it, but apparently James, he showed us why he's the starter for Chelsea. What a free kick from James, man. What a free kick. Yeah, keeper's not saving those, man. Just kiss the post and goes in. There's no way you're gonna save those. There's no way Ramsdale will be able to get across to tip that ball wide. Gordon into the box. Cleared by Cucurella. Yep, Newcastle have already been pegged back. Newcastle have already been pegged back. Well, Chelsea have given themselves a fighting chance. But like I've always said, if you're down 2-0 and you score within the first 10 minutes of the second half, you clearly have a chance of getting back into the game. So, and that, of course, that free kick was clearly a gift for Chelsea. Of course, they have happily taken the gift. So, wonderful execution from Rhys James. Wonderful technique, man. He bent that ball away from Ramsdale. Ramsdale had no chance whatsoever. Anyway, guys, as always, guys, make sure you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel if it's your first time. Please do all that wonderful stuff. Please do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor, guys. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. It's your first time on the Vinskey Valor YouTube channel. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you are a returning subscriber, make sure you support the content by liking the video. Caicedo, this is João Pedro. Garnacho is in. Garnacho, Garnacho, Garnacho. Palma! Pedro Neto should have struck it, man. Tried to dribble his way away from the defender. Come on, get up, man. Get up. Anthony Gordon coming forward. This is Tonali. Tonali. Jacob Murphy. Oh, blocked off by Cucurella. It's going to be a corner for Newcastle. So guys, make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel, guys. Do make sure that you are liking the video and of course subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Like I said, if it's your first time on the Vinskey Valor YouTube channel, make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. And please do all that wonderful stuff. Do that wonderful stuff of liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you are a returning subscriber, do support the content by liking the video. All those that have already liked the video or those have already subscribed, thank you so much for the support. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. It's gonna be a corner to Newcastle. Jacob Murphy. Murphy into the box. Cleared by Chaloba. Picked up by Ramsey. The Murphy again. Murphy coming forward into Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey into Gordon. Gordon. And Newcastle have responded well to going a goal to actually Newcastle have responded well to conceding early on in the second half. I don't know why Gordon seems to be lying down there. Clearly, that was a shoulder badge. I don't know what he's complaining about. It's not overdone. It's actually a shoulder badge. Okay, VAR are looking at it. This looks like a 50-50. Clearly, they should not be given a penalty for this. Come on, referee. Come on. That should not even merit a replay. Come on. It was a 50-50 chance. Yeah, so, yep. No foul, no foul. No foul on Anthony Gordon, because clearly, it was a shoulder badge. It was a shoulder badge. Those are allowed in football. It's a contact sport. You can't tell me that they are going to be given a penalty for that. No, that would have been one of the poorest VAR decisions ever in the history of VAR. Come on, bring on Enzo Fernandez. Bring him on now. Oh, okay. So Malo Gusto has been taken off. Enzo Fernandez has been brought on. So that means Reece James is not going to play at right back. So Reece James is going to play at right back. And then, of course, Enzo Fernandez is going to play through the middle. Honestly, expect them to maybe to take off Garnacho and bring on play Palmer. But let's see how they're going to perform because Otiao, Jaco, João Pedro almost got to the ball, man. Hey, this game has become quite nervy for Newcastle. I don't know what's going on, man. They look so comfortable at halftime. Like I said, you see the confidence that one goal gives you. Just like that. Chelsea, as soon as they pulled a goal back, you can clearly see they have been a better team. Newcastle are just happy to sit back now. Any of this Cole Palmer. Oh, nice. Dummy from Enzo. James! That's block from Shah out for a corner. Eesh! Clearly the momentum is with Chelsea. Clearly the momentum in this game has completely shifted. It has completely shifted in Chelsea's favor, man. Corner taking shot. This is Enzo. Enzo into the box. Too strong for Fana. Yeah, clearly they needed that. Maybe sometimes just leave James at right back and let Enzo play in midfield. Because clearly it seems like in this game James has been way better at right back. Because he seems to be pulling the strings now at right back. Because through the middle, clearly in the first half, they are completely overrun. This is Luis Miley. Nice interception from Caicedo. Yeah, clearly Chelsea had missed Caicedo. Interceptions, tackles, blocks, recoveries. Clearly they had missed him. Carella, this is Cole Palmer. Clearly the momentum is with Chelsea now. The momentum is with Chelsea. This is João Pedro, Garnacho. Maybe they have left him on because they need They need what? A pace in behind. Given away by Caicedo, Gordon into Hall. Hall. This is Ramsey. Voltemade. Ay, ay, ay. Now the counter for Chelsea. 3 versus 3. Pedro Neto. Come on. See Palma. Pedro Neto. Garnacho. Pedro Neto. What a save from Ramsdale. Garnacho again. Garnacho, come on, Garnacho. Don't foul him, don't foul him. Thank you, Garnacho. Bucarella, was he fouled? Yep, he was fouled. Advantage is out with Enzo. Is now Rhys James. Rhys James into Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Cleared by Share. Picked up by Chaloba. Yeah. Hey, Newcastle unable to find their way out. They can't get out at the moment. Unable to get out. Is that a foul? No foul, man. No foul on Enzo. Clearly, Enzo. What the heck are you doing? Caicedo, yeah, he fouled the player. Come on, Caicedo. Do not remonstrate. Do not do that. Just got back from serving a suspension, so you don't need to be picking up yellow cards or what? Suspensions. Yeah, Maresca is so mad, man, because of his reaction. Yep. Seems like the manager did it for him. Yep. Caicedo's rant was actually transferred to Enzo. Enzo Maresca did it for him. So Enzo Maresca has picked up a yellow card for Chelsea. Yeah, and actually those yellows do count. So don't think that whenever managers are booked that it doesn't really impact. Because if you accumulate more yellow cards, it means that you're gonna serve a touchline ban. This is Tiao coming forward. This is Jacob Murphy. Nice dummy from Jacob Murphy. Was able to get away from Cucurella quite well, but they could not deliver a cross into the box. Cucurella is good, man. That is what you need from a defender. If the striker has managed to, wing has managed to get the better of you, you just do those recovery runs. It's good. That is not the hallmark of a good defender. Tonali trying to get away from Garnacho. Picked up by Palma, Cucurella, Caicedo. Caicedo gives it away to Tonali. This is Tiao. This is Jacob Murphy. Jacob Murphy. Floated cross to no one. Hey, this game clearly, I never saw this second half performance. But anyway, it has been brought about by that goal. And in fact, it's not that Chelsea created that goal. It just got a free kick that they were able to capitalize from. So that just shows you how quickly the game has changed. But it's now Newcastle seem to be the team that is now chasing the game. Is Enzo, come on, Enzo, what are you doing? Is Bruno G gives it to Pedro Neto, João Pedro. Yep, it's been fouled by Fabian Shaw. Is that gonna be a yellow card? Nope, no yellow card. Yep, actually, nope, I spoke too soon. Yellow card for Fabian Shaw. It's going to be a yellow card for Fabian Shaw. Can say whatever he wants, but clearly, that was trying to prevent him from going on the counter. Clearly, he had no intention of playing the ball. He just wanted to clip his heels. I think Newcastle need to make changes now. Maybe bring on an Elanga or a Barnes and take over Murphy so that you can give Chelsea something else to think about. Because clearly Palma is down again. Is he okay? It's picked up by Tonali. Tonali versus Caicedo. Don't know why Tonali is what's Tonali doing? He seems to be rolling on the floor. The ball is actually tucked under his stomach. I don't know why he's doing that. Just let the ball go, man. Tonali fell, yeah. Tonali is like that, man. Tonali is Italian. He's Italiano. Italiano. They are good at acting and doing all that, man. So that is why for him he's a good actor. He's a good actor. Because one of the players whom I see knows how to act. Ali. He might actually give you the impression that he's suffering from a very rash challenge was pulled on him, but apparently it's not the case. João Pedro unable to get it through to Garnacho, picked up by Cucurella. Cucurella coming forward. Cole Palmer into Garnacho. Garnacho to the box. That's gonna be a goal kick. Yep, it's gonna be a free kick. Sorry, corner. Well defended by Thiago. Wonderful run from Enzo into the box. It's clearly occupying that center forward position, which João Pedro should be rushing in to get on the end of. But now I don't know. Anyway, João Pedro is not really a striker. It's more of a false nine. Or to the box. It's picked up by Gordon. So look at Anthony Gordon. Just to unable to find Jacob Ramsey. Nice idea though. Nice idea. You could clearly see the idea that he had. Because Jacob Ramsey was sprinting through. But he just needed somebody maybe to pull in an in-swinger. Because Gordon tried because he called a travela, where you actually hit it on the outside of your foot and then the ball curves like this. Able to get it through to him. This is Jacob Murphy. Voltemade blocked off. No foul. Fofana, was he fouled? Yeah, flag was offside. So it's actually a free offside. Newcastle are called offside, man. Anyway, guys, do make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And please, guys, do me that wonderful favor of smashing a like on the video and subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. If it's your first time on the Vinskey Valor YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Picked up by Pedro Neto, Enzo, João Pedro. This is Pedro Neto, Enzo Fernandez. This is Rhys James. Pedro Neto, back to James, cross it. James to the box. Looking for Garnacho, back for Pedro Neto. Recycle it. Nice play from Neto. It's now with James. It's now with Caicedo. Caicedo into Pedro Neto. This is James. Come on, urgency. Don't need to slow down the game, guys. No need to slow the game, guys. The ones who should have a lot of urgency. Garnacho, man. They have taken this player off when he had the chance. That's why I said, this guy, let's take him off. Tonali, Ramsey, now Gordon. Come on. Bring on an Elanga or a Barnes. And I assure you Newcastle might even get a third goal. Jacob Ramsey is Anthony Gordon. It's crossing it to no one in particular. There's nobody in the 6-yard box for Newcastle. Why is he putting the ball there? João Pedro, come on, control the ball. João Pedro, 1-on-1. João Pedro, goal! João Pedro, man, 2-2. Newcastle have squandered the lead just like that. Their lead has vaporized. Mistake from Thiago, man. Mistake from Thiago, man. What a mistake, man. Very costly mistake. Of course, he did that one thing in football that you never do, what we are never told to do. You let the ball bounce. And then he just slipped, man. And of course, he's not gifted with pace. Then João Pedro just had to coast through one-on-one versus Ramsdale. Just tucked the ball underneath. Chelsea are level, man. In fact, you know what? It's completely unfair on Newcastle. But you know what? Chelsea have capitalized on their chances. The chance from James, and now this mistake from the name of this guy, Tiao. So, and sometimes I wonder how comes footballers are able to sleep on the pitch and they're wearing studs. Are they wearing flip-ons or slippers or something? They are studs, man. So are you sleeping on the pitch? Why are you losing your footing? Anyway, just like that, Newcastle's leaders disappear. That's why I told you. Like I said that immediately at halftime that Chelsea just needed to pull a goal back before, rather, within the first 10 minutes of the second half. And the momentum will be on them. Now it seems like Newcastle are the ones chasing the game. I'll not be surprised if Newcastle are to lose this now. This is Cole Palmer, Garnacho. If they only had somebody else on this far side, not Garnacho, they would have done a lot better. Garnacho shot over the bar. Did he strike the bar or what? If only Chelsea had a better outlet other than Garnacho, trust me, they would actually be leading in this game because the number of chances that Garnacho has been having running at the defender. I don't. They just need somebody else out there. Yes, now Diao makes the changes, and he should have done this as soon as he saw that his players are becoming a bit more leggy. So Voltemade is gonna be replaced by Johan Wissa. So and they also want to bring on Elanga and Barnes. So I'm sure it's a change of personnel up front for Newcastle. Because clearly in this second half, they have not done anything. Clearly taken their foot off the gas. Maybe they thought this game was already won. Garnacho wins the ball off Voltemade. Seems Newcastle, man. Long by Sanchez, defended by Hall, picked up by Ramsey, into Anthony Gordon. Tonali is now Gordon. Back with Tonali. This is Bruno G. This is Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall coming forward. No foul. But it's actually foul in the build-up. So it's going to be a free kick to Newcastle. So I think they can make the changes now. Huh? Yeah, take off Murphy, bring on Elanga. Yeah, clearly, Caicedo tried to dispossess Hall, but Hall was able to stay on his feet, but actually fouled the guy. So Caicedo has picked up a yellow card. I'm sure it's for persistent fouling, and also because of the fouls that he was committing earlier. So 3 changes coming for Newcastle. So Wissa, Elanga, and Harvey Barnes about to come on. I'm sure it's for Voltemade, Murphy, and Gordon. So, but I'm sure they're gonna come as soon as this free kick is after this free kick is taken. So it's a free kick to Newcastle. Yeah, Fabian Shah has been known to normally wanting to blast the ball from farther out. So I don't know, it's gonna blast them in. Yeah, this guy is good from this kind of range. Fabian Shah is good from this type of area because he's been known to blast them in, especially in the recent past. So I'd not be surprised if this actually goes in. Anyway, let's see what they're gonna do. Gordon has moved over, so Shah is the one who's gonna take it. So Fabian Shah is the one who's gonna take it. So let's see. Fabian Shah, oh my god. Oh my god. But Okay, I don't know why he's attempting a different technique. Shea does not try and curl the ball. He normally tries and blasts them in. So clearly, that was not working. So changes for Newcastle. Yes, at least now we can make the changes. So Anthony Gordon off for Harvey Barnes. So Voltemade is also being taken off. So no hat-trick for Voltemade. So Gordon been taken off to be replaced by Barnes. And of course, Jacob Murphy has been taken off to be replaced by Elanga. So maybe a change of fortune for Newcastle here, because clearly this second half performance has been so poor from them. It's picked up by Palmer into Garnacho. There Fofana, Caicedo. Come on. Should they get a winner in this game? Don't just play it out a draw. It's picked up by Caicedo, but it more or less looks like Chelsea are the team that is interested in going forward, wanting to win this game. Cucurella did not keep the ball in play. Yeah. I expect the honors to be on Newcastle because they're the ones that were leading, but apparently it's like Chelsea look like the team that might score the winner in this game. Unless Newcastle might do something. Bruno G. Yes. This is now Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes into the box. Harvey Barnes foul. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. Yeah. Was he actually looking for it? Actually thought the referee was gonna blow. Yeah. Let's see. No penalty. He was actually looking for it. That was wonderful defending from James. James dangled a leg. And then as soon as Harvey Barnes saw it, he started going down. Then it's never been a penalty. That was never a penalty in the first place. In fact, you know what? I don't know why referees do not book players for simulation. Book them for simulation because clearly the guy was actually going down and he was trying to give the referee a decision there to make. Anyway, Sanchez restarts play into João Pedro, cleared by Hall, picked up by James. James tussling with Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes coming forward. Harvey Barnes versus Fofana. Harvey Barnes, poor cross. Cleared by Chaloba. João Pedro clearly working hard for Chelsea. The Chaloba, did he handle the ball? He didn't handle the ball. Come on. That was not a handball. Then they just hoof the ball out of play like that. Come on, man. Newcastle, clearly. What the heck? This is Louis Hall. This is Tiao. Tiu. I just call him whichever, man. I'm sure I've butchered that name. Elanga into Fabian Schär. This is Jacob Ramsey into Hall. Yep. Give and go. Nope, no give and go. Ramsey is the Bruno G. Bruno G coming forward into Miley. Where's Elanga? Elanga, you need to be holding the wheat, eh? Where are you? Jesus. Tonali. It's now picked up by Ramsey. Back to Miley. To Tonali. Garnacho was able to slide in and so anyway. Chelsea have clearly thrown all that they could to this game because I don't expect them to take off João Pedro for Guy. So can pretty much say that the Chelsea changes have been done and dusted. Unless they get a goal, then they start bringing off defenders. This is Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. End product. Pedro Neto, end product, man. He's a Langa. Langa, his pocket is gonna be picked by Garnacho. Garnacho, pulled back by Wisa. Yeah, you look out for Wisa. But surely, Elanga, lack of situational awareness is impressive, man. As a player, how can you lack situational awareness? Don't really know what's happening next to you. This Elanga fella. Maybe Mania are justified in letting go of him, but anyway, we'll discuss that another day. Elanga, was he followed by Cucurella? Tonali, this is Wisa. Wisa, Javi Banza! Hey, James, man. That is what you call a goal-saving tackle, man. Ish. Ay, 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 ay. Yep. Yep. Javi Barnes also unable to know what's happening around him, and he just dilly-dallied on the ball and allowed Rhys James to come back. And there they are celebrating, it's like they have scored a goal. Yeah, clearly that was a goal-saving tackle. Yeah. You're allowed to celebrate those, man. Wonderful recovery from James. Tough corner to Newcastle. All to the box. Punched away by Sanchez. Did Garnacho handle the ball? He didn't handle the ball. Tonali. This is a share. This is Miley. Go across. Picked up by Pedro Neto. Away from share. Pedro Neto. Playing Garnacho. Playing Garnacho. Hope he's on side. Garnacho. Garnacho. Garnacho's end product, man. This guy. Garnacho. Hey, come on, Enzo. Stop fighting Bruno G, and the referee has already given the foul. Garnacho's end product, man. This Garnacho fella, man. Yeah, Palma's been taken off for Santos. Don't know why they're bringing on Santos. Do they expect Santos to get a winner for them? Or is it that Palma is still nursing an injury? Well, that means, excuse me, that means Enzo's gonna play as a second striker, just off João Pedro. Or is he? I don't know. Seems like Santos is the one who's farther up. The two. Ramsdale kicks it long. Carella with the header, picked up by Garnacho. Hey, Garnacho's end product, man. Yeah, decision making. Now with Pedro Neto. It's James. Now with Caicedo. Back with Enzo. It's Caicedo now. Caicedo walking through the Newcastle defense. Caicedo! Wide. Yep, he was invited to shoot. Yeah, that is what happens with Newcastle because they don't really have a natural central defensive midfielder. So it's quite easily to pass through them, especially in midfield. Yes, the midfielders are good. They've got awesome industry. But whenever you just get through their press, they don't have any central defensive midfielder that can actually control the game for them. Rather block, not really block, but more or less nullify the attacks from the opposition. Carella, yeah, that's fair. That's fair, referee. Referees, come on, Garnacho, 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 near post. It's Garnacho, man. How many chances are you gonna get, man? Yeah, nice play from Cucurella. He really hustled Bruno G. I don't know why Newcastle are appealing for a foul because there was no foul, Garnacho, man. Hey, Garnacho finishing, decision making, final third passes. I don't know, honestly. Anyway, I had somebody say a while back that Garnacho is a typical example of a player who looks busy but doesn't really do anything. Facts, clearly, yeah, that is so true, man. James into the box. Karela, unable to flick on the header. So it's gonna be, what's going on? Yeah, Santos. What did Santos do? What did Santos do? Was he trying to block off someone or what? He hasn't been barely on the pitch for 3 minutes, already picked up a yellow card. Wow. And I don't know whether this game is gonna end this way, because clearly it's like maybe both teams are happy to take the result, eh? Nobody would have predicted this at halftime. In fact, we all predicted a comfortable Newcastle victory. James over the top. It was too long for Garnacho. Is Fabian Shah coming forward? Fabian Shah clearly pulled back by João Pedro. It's gonna be a yellow card. Eh? What the heck is he doing? Honestly, decision making, guys. Decision making. What the heck is this guy doing? Honestly, what is he doing? Honestly, what is João Pedro doing? Seriously, so pathetic, man. Tiao, Tiao, Tiao. Share. He's falling over and he wants to attempt the volley. You can't, man. You can't. Tiao was unmarked in the box, man. He drilled a wonderful cross into the box, but there's nobody who got on the end of it. Then Shea was stretching and I think might he have pulled something or what? Anyway, I don't know. Whom are you guys gonna pick as the man of the match? Who's clearly the man of the match in this game? Maybe Voltemade because of the brace, based on his first half performance. But I don't know. This is Ramsdale to Tiao. This Tiao had looked so solid for Newcastle, but it seems like don't know, that was the one of Bruno G. Harvey Barnes! Oh! Ah! What a chance! That was a big chance, man! Another big chance missed. Yeah. What chance do you want, man? Honestly, what do you want? What easier chance do you want, Harvey Barnes? Clearly, what better chance do you want? Nice pass from Caicedo. Just bypass the Newcastle press in midfield. This is Enzo Garnacho. It's Garnacho, man. Not. I'm beyond pissed off now. Come on, man. Completely misses the near post, man. I don't know honestly what no. Don't honestly know what Harvey Barnes wanted to do with that. Clearly, I don't know what else he wants. Eh? What better chance are you gonna get? Eh? And of course, if you're gonna play as an inverted forward, then you should ensure that your weaker foot is stronger, is at least better. Victor by Caicedo, Luis Hall pulls back Pedro Neto. It's gonna be a yellow card. Easiest of yellow cards. How many yellow cards have those for either team? So many yellow cards in this game, huh? In so many yellow cards, man. Let me check. 6 for Chelsea. Wow. 6 yellow cards for Chelsea, 2 for Newcastle. Yeah, Chelsea have clearly picked the yellow cards today, eh? Like they came to just pick up yellow cards. He's Fernandez, he's Garnacho, Garnacho into Cucurella, back to Garnacho. Garnacho blocked by Luis Smiley. It's now with Chaloba. Chaloba back to Fofana. Because as soon as, in fact, as soon as anybody, it's gonna be a yellow card for Tonali. Is that gonna be a yellow card? Nope, he's lucky. He's a lucky boy, huh? And you Caicedo. Because as soon as you just bypass the Newcastle midfield, they look so open. Because like I said, they do not have a recognized six, somebody who can sweep up in front of the defense. Cucurella into the box. Well blocked by Elanga. Elanga tracked him down well. Nice. Yeah, Elanga, his pace has actually helped him there because Cucurella was just coasting into the box, man. You'd have had the easiest jobs just to put the ball into the penalty spot for any on-rushing New Chelsea forward to bury the chance. Yeah. No, both sets of fans have remained. They clearly want to see out this game. James into the box. Easiest catch for Ramsdale. Come on. Ramsdale. Elanga. Elanga is away. Elanga versus Cucurella. Elanga. 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 You know what? I'm just going to say this now. If Newcastle go on to lose this game by virtue of missing chances, then I will personally blame Harvey Barnes and Elanga. Clearly, it was 1 versus 2. Okay, so he was outnumbered. But Harvey Barnes was actually sprinting forward to support him. Why didn't he see him on the run, man? You see that sometimes the issue with some of these players, they just run with their heads down. They don't just spang from right to left to see who's coming to support. So Joe Willock has come on to replace who? Was actually come on to be replaced by Willock. It's picked up by Caicedo, now Andrea Santos. Who's actually been taken off? Was it Ramsey? Yeah, Ramsey. So Joe Willock has come on to replace Elanga into the box. Cleared by Chaloba. Maybe you're going to have like 5 minutes. Maresca is so animated out there on the dugout. He's so animated, man. Bruno G into the box. Recycled by Willock. Willock into Tonali. Tonali, Lewis Hall. How many minutes of added time are you going to have? 5 minutes only. Only 5 minutes. Expected like 6 or 7. It's called Joe Willock. Joe Willock, the former Arsenal player, man. He's a good player. Not a bad. He's a good bench fodder. Yeah. So, second half starts, man. 4 attempts, 0 on target. Yep. Clearly, Newcastle took their foot off the gas. Maybe they expect this to be a slam dunk. Picked up by João Pedro. João Pedro gets away from Bruno G. This is Pedro Neto. João Pedro is going to get to that. Yep. did not keep the ball in play. So it's just a little bit slow, huh? I think this game is gonna end this way, huh? But if Newcastle, but if this game ends this way, then you know what? It's clearly even 5 or 6 points dropped from Newcastle because they had clearly a 2-goal lead. They had Chelsea on the ropes in the first half, but somewhere in the second half, they have done absolutely nothing. It's now with Cucurella with the throw-in for Chelsea. The Santos, but since he was brought on, I don't know what he was brought on to do, honestly. Clearly, this Andrea Santos, I don't know what he was brought on to do. They have just kept on Palmer to see whether he can actually combine with somebody and get the winner. It's Garnacho supporting him. It's Andrea Santos. This is Caicedo. Caicedo unable to thread it through. It's now with James into Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto coming forward. Pedro Neto across to the box. The arms of Ramsdale. Yeah, restarted for Elanga. Elanga coming forward. It's now end-to-end stuff in these last stages of this game. Elanga crossed into the box. Cleared by Enzo. Picked up by Cucurella. Guimaraes, take it easy, man. Picked up by Garnacho. Garnacho into Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto to Garnacho. Pass was just a little bit too much, man. Come on, man. Give your teammates a chance. Come on, give them a chance. Caicedo is Fofana into James. Last stages of this game, Has to be the last attacks for either side, Enzo. Chaloba. Pedro Neto. Was actually Santos. Garnacho, what is he gonna do? It has to be the last chance for either team, Chelsea are just stroking the ball from side to side, Enzo Fernandez loses out, Bruno G, wonderful pass. Oh, was he pulled back? Oh, okay. I thought that James had pulled back Harvey Barnes, but he didn't. The referee almost blew, man. Garnacho unable to find João Pedro, man. If you're gonna check it, but if you're gonna check it, are they gonna pull it back for what? Is it gonna be a free kick or what? A red card? Nothing. Yeah, Barnes was trying to accuse Luis James that he pulled him back, but clearly he didn't. Come on, that should not even be looked at by VAR. Seriously? For what? Because outside the box, but is the referee gonna take it back and give Newcastle a free kick? No. Seriously? If you're gonna give... Yep. Nothing. Thank you, referee. James would have been given a red card there clearly. It would have been so unfair. But the pool was so slight. It was such a slight pool. Huh? It was so minimal. Like the contact was so minimal. Clearly, that's not enough to bring Harvey Barnes down. But of course, knowing the type of player that Harvey Barnes is, you'd expect him to be going down off such kind of challenges. Eh? That is who Barnes is. That is how he plays, man. Anyway, we're about over. I'm sure a referee is gonna blow the whistle and when this goes long, eh? Yep. Game over. Game over. Who's all around from the Newcastle crowd for the players? Because clearly Newcastle bottled this lead. Eh? They clearly bottled this game. Clearly, they're in the driving seat in the first half, but they were unable to remain strong throughout the entire game. And eventually, they allowed Chelsea back into the game. But of course, it was off one very impressive free kick from Reece James. Another wonderful finish from João Pedro, but it was actually off a mistake from yeah. So can clearly say that can say that both goals for Chelsea have been gifts because in fact even the first half goal from Voltemade was also a gift because Chalobah was just falling over. I don't know what he was falling over for. Rather than clear the ball, is falling over. Clearly, not something that you are supposed to be doing as a defender, defending a 6-yard box. Clearly, Chelsea have gotten away with one there. But anyway, at least in the second half, they picked up their performance, and that 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 early second half goal from James clearly helped them out because if maybe the game would have gone for longer, maybe past the 65th minute and it was still 2-0, then I don't think Chelsea would have been able to come back. But like I've always kept on saying, one of the most effective ways of getting back into any game, especially when losing 2-0 at halftime, is you have to ensure that within the first 10 minutes of the second half or the first 15 minutes of the second half, at least pull one goal back. If you do pull a goal back, then clearly the momentum is now on your side. And you might even go on even to draw and even eventually win that game. But anyway, it's been a poor performance from Newcastle in the second half after hustling Chelsea in the first half. In fact, case of Newcastle missing chances. In fact, Newcastle missing chances, man. Voltemade in the first half. Who else also missed in the first half? Yeah, and of course, Elanga again in the second half when he came on, and also Harvey Barnes again. So, I think Newcastle need to look for better quality players. Or they maybe need to tell somebody like Harvey Barnes to work on his finishing because his finishing is very, very poor. For him, I just call him another Garnacho with the pace because him and Garnacho, the playing style is almost the same. Garnacho on the other end for Chelsea, just been a case of poor delivery into the box. It's like his final decision making in the final third is non-existent. He doesn't know whether to cut it back. He doesn't know whether to play a 1-2 and go on the overlap. He doesn't know whether to cut inside and shoot. He doesn't know whether to cut inside and cross. It's like he doesn't know. He's always making the wrong decision at the right time. Because when you expect him to shoot, he passes. When you expect him to shoot or to pass, he shoots. Or he tries a dribble and then loses the ball. So I can say that both teams have been let down by their inside forwards having poor finishing. Because for Newcastle, poor finishing was from Harvey Barnes and also Elanga. While for Chelsea, Garnacho, because if Garnacho maybe would have been much more clinical, especially when it comes to finishing, trust me, this would have been a different game. But anyway, guys, I can honestly say that both teams got away with one. One, reason why I say that it's because Chelsea got away with one because based on their first half performance, they should have been clearly out of well beaten by Newcastle in the first half, but Newcastle unable to take their chances. And then for Newcastle, they're also lucky because in the second half, Chelsea clearly came at them. And if Garnacho was way more clinical and had a better decision-making ability, then trust me, that game would have been Chelsea's. But anyway, it's a tale of the game. Sometimes you win some, you lose some. And that's why I said, anyway, Chelsea, them being in a title race, non-existent. Chelsea should not even count themselves as being in any kind of title race. In fact, they are very far from any kind of title charge, because one, they need to get maybe some senior players into this team, players who can actually get over the line. Currently, the only player that they have is Reece James from the team that won the Champions League in 2021. So even if they are going to do anything, it's going to be very hard for them, because I think the oldest player in this team, I think, is Sterling. And Sterling, I think, is 30 or 31. And Sterling does not even play. So the other players are 30 and below. So you can clearly see they need a mix of senior players and youngsters to more or less gel. If they actually get maybe wonderful seasoned professions, they might actually even challenge for the league in maybe around about 1 year's time or 2 years' time. But definitely not with Maresca, because I've always said Maresca is a very questionable character, because whenever you count on him to pick the right team, he doesn't actually do it. In fact, either he picks the wrong team or he makes the wrong decision. Like today, can clearly see that his team selection was off. I don't know why he was rotating, because Garnacho had played in the League Cup against Cardiff. So, and I don't know where Gittens was. I don't know whether Gittens is injured or what. But anyway, so that's why I said, honestly, if Chelsea had to mount over a title challenge, then they are not going to do it with this manager. Maybe a different manager. Maybe somebody else whom can actually get them over the line. But anyway, there are rumors that Maresca might be on his way to Chelsea, to Man City, to replace Pep. But no. The manager who might actually take over from Pep when he leaves in 2027 is a company. So, because company clearly will have the pedigree, he'll have the experience with Bayern, and even when he comes into the Premier League, because when he was with Burnley, you clearly see that he had a style of play. It's just that he didn't have the quality of players to implement it. Because moving from a relegated Burnley to becoming a Bayern Munich coach, it clearly shows you that you've got clear talent. So anyway, yeah, that's the guy who I think is gonna be groomed for the next Man City job as soon as Pep leaves, because I think Pep is gonna go at some point, because his stint at Man City is actually the longest that he's ever been at any club. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, for being part of this watch along. Can't really say it's been the best game of football, but at least it's not been a dull affair as well, because what I was fearing is another dull affair where we just having stinkers from both teams. But at least the game has been good. At least it's been it's what you can actually call a game of two halves. Newcastle in the first half, Chelsea in the second half, and just like that, you game got away from Newcastle, but they did not lose it. It's just that they bottled the lead, because they're actually leading by 2 clear goals. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for being part of the watch along. As always, much appreciated for being part of this. Thank you for all those that have been part of this watch along as well, that have been there since the beginning. Thank you for being part of it. Yes, even as we sign out, yes, we're gonna be back later on at around 8 p.m. to do the Tottenham Liverpool game. That's actually the biggest game of the weekend so far. So we're gonna be back to do a watch along of that game. So make sure you guys tune in for that game. And as always, guys, you know the drill. If it's your first time here on the channel, if it's you've never come across this channel before, do that wonderful stuff, all that awesome stuff, great stuff of liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you are new. And of course, if you are a returning subscriber, make sure you also like the video as well. And of course, we will always keep on appreciating your support and never ever think that we'll ever take it for granted. Anyway, it's been your boy right here, Vinskey Valor. Until the next video, let's see each other at 8 p.m. to cover the Tottenham Liverpool game. Anyway, till then, take care, guys. Peace.